I'm sorry for your loss, but E3 is no longer a thing. And what's been replacing it as the world premiere video game showcase for the past couple of years is Summer Game Fest, or as Geoff Keighley likes to put it, SGF. And I have a couple of things I want to say. I love the Game Awards, and I love Geoff Keighley, but it's probably not for the reason that you might think. I love gaming events because I've always seen them as a celebration of how weird this industry is. Getting new great games and shining light on aspiring good developers has just been something more for me. If you went on and compared the Game Awards to similar events of different industries, like the Grammys or the Oscars, the Game Awards for me will come out on top all day, every day. This is a special event for special people. It's the couple of times in the year when weirdos, like myself, hang out with other weirdos, like this guy over here, to watch some other weirdos and see what they've been working on. It's awkward, it's cringe, it's loud, and it's weird.
It's Ben Starr who voices the Visitor in Fortnite.
And that's why I fucking love it. I specifically love it when people who can't speak English that well try and give a speech.
Today, to help guide us on our path, please show me and welcome to the stage the voice of Vincent Valentine, Matt Mercer.
Summer Game Fest 2026 was overall good. We got a good mix of exciting titles and funny awkwardness with a pinch of questionable things. Starting off strong, Stranger Than Heaven is from RGG Studio, who are behind the Yakuza games. It looks decent, it looks good. I just have a very quick question. What the fuck is Snoop Dogg doing in this game? Actually, what the fuck is Snoop Dogg doing in this event? And what the fuck is Tupac doing out of his grave? In Yakuza fashion, there seems to be a lot of randomness in this game, which is very exciting. A new Cuphead sequel got announced, but no trailer, unfortunately. It's in early stages. But good news, they're making a Cuphead 8-bit action platformer, and there is a trailer. I can't wait for it, it looks so good. And that dude even stole my swag and sunglasses. I won't let that slide. This is unacceptable. The Last Guardian is coming out. It's from the people who made Shadow of the Colossus. Street Fighter 6 is getting a Final Fantasy 7 DLC. And the Final Fantasy 7 DLC is getting a new Final Fantasy 7 DLC. New Stellar Blade looks good. I never played Stellar Blade, but rest assured, I'm going to. The Wolf Among Us 2 marks the return of the one and only Telltale Games. After the original studio got closed in 2018, the brand relaunched and I couldn't get more excited. I'm an old school fan. I loved Minecraft story mode so much I cried at the end of The Walking Dead, and I still don't know why the fuck they chose this game to be their return. They have much better games. Also, they're making a remastered version. Toei Hot Wheels looks good. Pokemon at Home is getting released for the first time, after it got released a little while ago for the first time. Resident Evil Veronica, a new remake if you're interested. RuneScape Dragon Wilds is getting released for consoles. I've heard a rumor about this game a couple of years ago, and it follows a Ninja Turtle after the other Ninja Turtles got killed. It seems to be very interesting, and I can't wait to hear more. A new Among Us game got announced, and a new Among Us show got announced. Now, time out, ladies and gentlemen. Why is nobody talking about the fact that they announced a show on Summer Game Fest? That's weird. That's questionable. That's a pinch of questionable things. Also, why is Snoop Dogg here? Why does he own a publishing company called Death Row Games? I have a lot of questions. Clutch, a racing game from some of the people who worked on Forza Horizon. Crossfire, a shooter from some of the people who worked on Call of Duty. 1666 Amsterdam is an action-adventure from one of the dudes who made Assassin's Creed. Mafia is getting a DLC. I also have to mention State of Play. State of Play was fucking amazing. No comments on it. It's just banger after fucking banger. Wolverine, Rayman, Marvel is making their 2X KO, and they ended it with a bang with God of War Loki. It was maybe like an hour and a half, but it felt like 20 minutes. It's great. I loved it. Now, ladies and gentlemen, back to Summer Game Fest, because I have a lot of questions.
For chaos! Betrayal!
Like, first of all, why is that Among Us show getting announced at Summer Game Fest? Isn't the primary aim of Summer Game Fest to unite the global gaming community by providing a centralized digital and physical event to showcase the future of video games? Also, second of all, I'm annoyed that there is no Cuphead gameplay. I'm annoyed. They could have just announced the 8-bit game and just say that they have an announcement later this year. People would be satisfied for a while, and later this year, when they have a trailer, they could drop it. Also, don't steal my swag and my sunglasses. Now, on a serious note, I want to point something out. Since Summer Game Fest and Day of the Devs were back to back, I couldn't help but notice some sort of favoritism when it comes to connecting independent developers with global audiences like they claim they aim to do. It seemed as if the chosen solo or small group of independent developers were chosen based on their clout, not on their eligibility of making a good game. But even though I enjoyed both of them, Day of the Devs was much more inspired, and there were a lot of seemingly well-made games on there. So I couldn't help but think, couldn't have they chosen a game or two and made space for them in the original event? And I've seen the event, some games could have easily made it onto the list if they wanted them to. Screambound is an action platformer blending 2D and 3D perspectives, and it looks fucking great. Super Ukulele Kart. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I think the ukulele developers has some of the people who are working on Banjo-Kazooie. So those people are like trusted to make a good game, even though if they're not famous. But alas, I'm not just here to bitch and moan, even though I would love to. I have an idea for Geoff Keighley, and I would even give it to him for free. How about Day of the Devs participants go through some sort of playoffs, like with semi-finals and finals and stuff, with only 1 or 2 lucky winners who would then be later put into a 2-minute segment at the end of Summer Game Fest, and leave Day of the Devs for the rest of the participants. That way, the exceptionally good games would have a place amongst the big ones, and the rest will get their 15 minutes of fame. No upsetting your sponsors, and there wouldn't be any monopolization. I mean, that's not going anywhere anytime soon, but at least you combat it. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you had fun, because I sure did. If you enjoyed this video, I encourage you to subscribe and press that bell to not miss any future similar content. And while you're here, drop a comment. Tell me what you thought of this video. Now, last video I said that I would start making a little segment at the end of my videos where I read the comments. I plan on continue doing that, so let's do that. I'm gonna read just the comments from the last video because I got a lot of comments. And they're great. Again, some of them are funny, some of them are insightful, some of them are just good comments. I don't know why I'm out of breath. What the fuck is happening? That's a good question, Stephanie Noir 1892. I know what the fuck is happening. You're watching a YouTube video from Riduriguru. My videos are weird. They can make you dizzy. Warning. I love the style of your video, except the term is coming of age story, where characters experience their growth into adulthood. Coming out of age will be like reverse age or death. That's a new one to me. I'm dumb. I'm sorry. I've been laughing at that comment forever. For those of you who don't know, my last video was about a game, about a coming out of age game, and I thought it was called coming out of age. I didn't even type it by mistake. I thought that was the term. My bad. With the whole identity bullcrap nowadays, there's no coming of age or out of age. I don't know what the whole identity bullcrap is. I sure didn't get the memo. I was very curious about the narrative-driven game. I'm so glad you covered it. I haven't even watched the video, but as soon as I decided, I clicked that Kingdom Hearts music hit me right in the feels. Kingdom Hearts music is great, and it hits everybody in the feels. Yes, it's, as I said, you were curious about the game. It's a good game. I just had my silly little criticisms. I hope you enjoyed the video. Felt Tip, Fuzzy Wuzzy Fly Guy. This is an OG. Shout out, brother. I love your personality and editing style, dude. It's really nice to see you and everyone else doing really similar stuff to each other. Thank you. I'm glad that you noticed. I spent some effort, man, working on my style. I'm happy that you, but dude, keep up this content. The edits that come out of your head are so good and creative. It's already really good. I know it'll only get better if you keep up. Thank you. I've made 9 videos like this style of videos, and I noticed that they've been getting more creative. That's a good thing. Coming of age might be outdated, but Kingdom Hearts music will never die. That's a sure thing. Bitamin. Whoa, I like this a lot. Very original voice, man. Keep it up. Thank you. What editing software do you use? Big Dick Wizard. I use Adobe Premiere Pro for my videos and Photoshop for my thumbnails. I hope that answered your question, Big Dick Wizard. My homie be cooking hard. I think calling you a genius is an understatement. Artsy level shit. Thank you, brother. This is a friend of mine. I go to college with him. He's a great dude. Articulate and interesting, fantastic dry-ass sense of humor. Young man, she said from the rocking chair on her creaky old porch. Keep doing this shit. You definitely did not peak in high school. I definitely did not peak in high school. In high school, how was I doing in high school? I was doing well. I was very awkward and cringe. Actually, when I think about it, nothing has changed. Yeah, actually, what the fuck? Nothing has changed from high school. I've just gotten more loud and more confident, but I'm still awkward. I'm still cringe. But it was a good period. I'm not saying that I hate my high school self. It's a good period of life. You learn a lot of things in high school. Like, for example, you learn a lot of things. Dead Rising isn't a horror game. I'm sure you will like it, and also it will work on your shitty PC. Nothing works on my shitty PC except YouTube videos. That's why I keep making them. Thank you very much for watching, and see you in the next one. Goodbye.